Hello, hello, hello. There we go. On a live stream to the internet. Welcome. Let's just hope that the notification goes out. Welcome. So, today, what are we doing today? I am gonna finish up this Twitch banner right here that you can see right in front of me. I started it on a previous stream. I did the sketch for it. And then I did the line art and the colouring out off stream. So, yeah. I'm just going to wait for the notification to go out. Because that is probably the best thing to do in hindsight. I haven't really been thinking of doing that so far in any kind of stream. But for anyone to know that we're live, and there goes the notification. Perfect. So, what I'm doing today is finishing up this artwork. Finishing up drawing this piece here on my iPad on Procreate. I started it out on a previous stream, like I said, where I did the sketch. And in between streams, I did the line art and the colouring out of it. But I thought, because I thought, you know, why not? It's not going to be the most interesting thing in the world to watch. And it's just going to be me struggling with hands for very, very, very long amounts of time. Because hands are hard. Hands are so hard. But basically, I'm just going to do a bit of shading, do a bit of, I don't know, background stuff, maybe a bit of lettering. I'm just going to quickly look up on my Twitch just to see how much of the banner would be visible. Because it's actually not a lot that is visible. That's my thing. Don't need that. If we just, without the live stream. So, yeah, the background. And not a lot of it is going to be that visible, which is the problem. So, oh well. Because I put up the previous sketch up on Twitch just to see the positioning of it. And it was a bit high up. I have moved the dudes down since. Or the dudes, the girls. And just in case you weren't here for the previous stream, this little, ooh, group selected. Let's just add a layer. So this here is supposed to be me drawing, the way kind of I look like in real life, and the kind of outfit I would wear. And this here is my Minecraft character, my Minecraft skin, because that's basically the two things that we have on this Twitch account, is me drawing and me playing Minecraft. So yeah, so we have basically, I don't know, Katie is here, and Katie Rowe would be here. I guess, if you could call it like that. So, let's just get right into this. You ignore that, ignore that layer. I totally wasn't cheating with the hands. So, I totally was cheating with the hands. Hands are hard. I find hands very hard. Right, I'm gonna get into this. And what my thought was is, before I do any drawing or shading of the characters, I think I'm gonna just place some clouds in the background, just to add a bit of intrigue to the background, kind of a bit. They can be a lot bigger actually. And do paint stroke. So like we're in the sky. Just adds a bit of visual intrigue. What I am going to do is I am going to do the shading by basically alpha locking, I guess. Yeah. It's been so long since I coloured this out. I have actually changed my colouring out style since, so silly me. I didn't think this through. But I'm going to alpha lock this and get myself a shading brush. Now it also depends on what kind of shading we want. Maybe I should just colour pick a bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give her a little bit of a blush first. Adds to it nicely. Just a bit on the nose. I'm trying to do something new here with kind of colouring out the face and like a bit of very light blush. I'm attempting to do something new. Let's just put that back to. Right. What I do actually want to do is make it a lot darker. Honestly, when I'm streaming art, my brain goes mush. And I forget how to do anything. But I'm sure we'll be fine. Let's get the knuckles. Just kind of like areas where you'd naturally kind of be a little bit redder before the shading comes in. Right, it's very discreet. Too not discreet enough on the nose. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a reference. Well, I'm going to do this. Hello? Aha, you are already referenced. No, we are doing this. And we're inverting. And then we'll do one layer further for the proper shading. But we'll make it a multiply, makes it easier. And we'll go down to purple. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna choose a new brush. This is what I usually use for shading, just to add a bit of texture to the shadows. I don't want it to look like I've got any makeup on, just like natural shadows. I honestly don't know how much I should do. Because I want it to stay fairly clear. Just as an example of something that I have done recently, where it's got a lot of texture. But also a lot of like mood to it. And if we, for instance, look here, this is an Empire's SMP fan comic. If we look at Sausage here, he's got a lot of texture, but it gets quite muddy, and the lighting is very stark, so you know exactly where the light's coming from. It's coming from the sun here. So, yeah, that is the question, how you want to do it. If we want to keep it clear. I'm not very good at cell shading necessarily. Or if I just keep it very discreet. I do like my moody lighting. Don't want it to look too red, and I don't want it to look too pink, so just trying out different possible colours. Yeah, that's alright. It's going to be very, I think the shading is going to be very discreet. You can always fiddle around with the colours later. But we're just going to do a bit of shading. Oh, it looks a lot starker on the computer there. A lot stronger contrast. I'm being very delicate here in how much I shade. And keep it to a minimum, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we make it maybe a little bit more towards the pink. Wait, where are we? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dude. We're on the worst layer to be doing this on. Whatever it did that. I thought I was colouring the hair. Right. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put this as a reference again. That's how we're not gonna colour out the hair. Now, I wonder, cell shading. Cell shading or just kind of like a bit of everywhere. I'm going to be rushing back and forth with my decisions throughout the entire stream, I feel like. That is exactly how it feels like. Yeah. And then once this is finished, like the initial part, I was talking about how I would add like little things to the background once streams go on, like different parts of the Minecraft side on the left, on the right, sorry, and parts of the drawing side on the right. For instance, like a little crowlander with something from Sevtech on the left and a little pearl from the Pearl SMP, you know. Just adding a whole bunch of little references as time goes on. We'll see how we get into it. Let's make this larger area, kind of like, so that it is actually being covered by the hair. I should dare to do more. Actually, this is very... There we go. It's just finding the contrast. Because then I can finally put this up on the thing. I didn't want to go away on holiday without having this up and official, having my Twitch page as being as nice as possible. Just going over it a couple times. Right, what do we think of the face there? Is that enough? Maybe a little bit more on the nose. I'm always very careful about the nose area, because it could look like that. There's something. I'm not very good at, like, I don't know how the form of the nose should be. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad from afar. From afar. I'll do like a bit of shading on the lip here, and then a little bit of under the other lip. I've got very thin lips, so they're not going to be incredibly pronounced. And I also never really wear makeup, so there's not going to be any of that on any avatar that I draw. That is supposed to represent me IRL. Any kind of game avatar, maybe a different story, but yeah. So, I think I'm happy with that. I'll then choose this area. And also in... Aha, because that is not covered out, okay. I need to remember to do... I need to sneeze, hold on. Ah. Pardon me there. Don't know how dreadful that sounded on mic. Maybe I should mute myself for if it happens again. Well, it will happen again because sneezing is very normal, but, you know, next time it happens. Don't want it to make it look like that she has a dirty neck, but still kind of like have the shade. Hold on, let's make sure that we kind of have a bit of a curve here, so it is kind of hidden. Pardon me. It is kind of hidden by the pen here. But yeah, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, and then just shade a bit of the hair as well. It just adds a little bit of texture to it. Nothing special. I think I need to learn cell shading because I feel like that'll be quicker than whatever I do here. Honestly, if I actually had a proper way of doing things, I think anything would be quicker. If I didn't change it every drawing. I have to like figure it out every time. I'm gonna mix that. Oh, hello. I'm gonna mix that a little bit. I'm not too happy with it being too stark a contrast on the collarbone. Yeah, okay. Then I'm just going to get rid of all of it. And just kind of fill this area out. I'm just going to fill it out to the same degree that the surrounding area is filled out. Is this... Oh, it's normal. I was wondering why it was the colour that it was. Oh, that's a much nicer colour. There's a shade. I didn't even check. Right, let's rub out the rest of this. Rub out? Erase. Rub out. There we go. Onto the hands next, I say. And let's just do the entire hand while we're here. Just choose it. No, no, no. Sorry if I'm flashing anyone. Just want this area. Okay, fine, whatever. There we go. Obviously, where the material comes in. I'm a lot happier with that colour now. I was kind of unsure with that colour, if I'm being honest. Obviously, where the hand kind of closes, or when it's more in the background. Put layers upon layers. Might be more confident now with shades, shadows. Should have noticed earlier that it wasn't properly multiplying, or it wasn't multiplying at all. Forget properly, it just wasn't doing it. None. Zilch. There we go. That might be a bit too much texture and a bit too dark. So let's just ease our way into that. I say we kind of have the knuckles being the lightest part, and then past the anatomy, past this part of the finger, this knick, the first finger knick, I don't know, the first of two. Have it kind of go darker, but not as dark as the backhand. How's that? Yeah, that adds nice depth to it. And then like here, less so here, I'd say, kind of like just more spread out on the index finger, just a little bit on the thumb, just add a bit more to it, and then I'll add some to the folds. I should probably do more here. Yeah, so like in between the fingers where there's obviously going to be some shadows, because there's going to be places where the light doesn't come through. There we go. There we go. I opted out of drawing fingernails, but maybe I should have in hindsight. Style choice. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It's like drawing lips. Sometimes I draw the lips, sometimes I don't. Right, let's kind of do a little bit of shading around the knuckles, but not too much. How's that? Yep. I just look at it from afar every now and again. I'm going to do a little bit of shading down here so that we don't have like a huge contrast between the lightest skin and the darkest. But I'm going to make it a very large brush so it fades in nicely. Yeah, there we go. It kind of fades into the wrist shadows. Cool. I might do the same here so the shadow isn't as strong. Maybe have it just generally a bit down below. Right, let's do the same on the other hand. Have the lower part nice and shaded. Also where the sleeve, where it comes out the sleeve. I need to sneeze again. I feel it. I feel it. I am allergic to my own drawing. That's the problem. That's probably it. That's totally it. Yeah. I must probably then cease drawing, I guess. Now what's annoying me is that we've got all these little particles. But you're not going to see that from very far away. So I'm just going to ignore it because otherwise I'll be here tweaking and tweaking and tweaking for eternities. Now the lower finger, I'd say, goes down. Do I darken it again, or do I just darken it, I say, maybe like here, so we see where the finger connects. What I do need to do is, I think, actually I'm going to make it larger for now, just to add a little bit of very, very subtle shading. And then make it a lot smaller to add a shading where the limbs touch, the limbs, the fingers. Bit more stronger contrast. Yep, that looks alright. That's the skin of the first one, and I think we'll move on to the hair next. Let's just choose it all so that nothing's being left out. I feel like, yeah, I thought so. Tiny, tiny, tiny pickles. There we go. Just make it a bit stronger. There we go, so we'll have less in the way. Right, I love doing the hair. The hair's always fun. Darker parts, obviously darker, nice and shaded. But you can really kind of go with the flow of the hair here. I go with the flow. I do like larger strands and then make the brush smaller and go into smaller strands. Make sure you have a nice parting. And that's where you can really accentuate where the hair comes from. You don't really see it as much or as vibrantly on screen. But trust me, it's there. Might just be my monitor that doesn't pick up as many colours as my iPad. Perhaps, mayhaps. And we'll just kind of go with the general form of the hair. Do we just want to go in one way, or do we kind of like want it to come together here? I've got very chaotic hair. That is a thing that my hair does. It's like, nope, we don't just go one way, we go all the ways. Everywhere. All the places. So I wonder. What if this one kind of alludes to the fact that it goes in like that? And around there like that. So I'm just kind of blocking out how the hair will run before I do smaller strands. Yeah, I think that kind of does a good job of explaining it for myself. Here we'll just have one sort of coming like from behind. I'm going to make it smaller now. Now we've got single strands. Single strands of hair. Right. And then we'll also put highlights in. So we're going to go over and put shadows everywhere. And then afterwards we'll put highlights everywhere. And the highlights is where it really starts to pop. in my opinion. My iPad is feeling very hot right now. No, I might just make it a bit darker. I wonder. I don't think that does any difference to. Yeah, there's no difference to the live stream at all. That's good. But it's just so that my hand doesn't burn. Now I too can see it less what I'm doing, but I'll just YOLO my way through it. Have like darker areas where it comes together. I'm going to have darker areas where it touches the shoulder. Right. Good enough? Yeah. And then I think I'll have lighter highlights where it doesn't go behind the shoulder. Yeah. Also, don't forget to do the eyebrows. A bit darker. Where they are actually also would be under the influence of the darkness. As in under the shadow of the hair. I need to make it a bit lighter. I can't see at all what I'm doing. Might also just be the way it reflects the light at the moment. Do excuse me for turning around, turning the canvas around as much as I am. It's what I do. I do a lot of it. It needs to be the perfect angle for me to draw the line. I guess I'm quite lazy in that sense with my hand movement. Apart from my left hand is doing all the work of turn it around. Just like pinching and expanding the screen with my left hand, drawing with my right. I feel like that's a bit much, so I'm gonna try and just smidge it out. And keep those lighter colours more in there. Oh. Yeah, I fill that entire area with just the dark colour, so let's just say no to that. I guess it can definitely be dark, like at the roots, I guess, and closer to the face, because less hair will be shining through. Less hair, less light shining through the hair. We'll have that go in there, and then we'll have one coming all the way out here. And kind of shade from the bottom as well. Shading from the top and then a bit from the bottom, and then in the middle there will be highlights. That's what I often do. There's no real rhyme or reason or structure to most things that I do in hindsight. I just do. That's why I could never really do like tutorials on how I do stuff, because I would also like to know how I do stuff, honestly. Means I would have a quicker, faster work process thing. Because I am in future planning on making a comic, and in that, in cases like that, efficient use of my time is going to be very, very, very helpful. Right. So that's the hair, I'd say, for now. Then I shall do the shirt, I guess. I think the shirt doesn't need too much because it's already got the pattern on it, and I feel like if we do too strong a shading, it'll just really confuse everything. I'm still on the right layer, so I'm just going to do larger ones here, just kind of show discreetly where there would be folds, I guess. I had fun doing the pattern here. It was literally just like a brush, like, where is it, textures? Yeah, it was this brush. Just going with that all over the place. Hold on, let's show you here. This brush, and then using the liquify tool to move it to how the shirt would move, I guess. So yeah. That's how I did that one, in case anyone was wondering. Oh, I'm still on that brush though. Let's just go back to our previous brush. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna try and keep this as discreet as possible. She says I never really stay true to that. If I say, oh, I'm gonna simplify things, I find it very hard to simplify things, considering I have a comic-y style. Everything past the, initial simplifying, which is like not drawing hugely realistic anatomy and everything. That is how I do stuff. So it's just, so if we imagine like a fold going here, like I kind of alluded to in the thing, and a fold going here. I have no idea how clothing folds work. They're difficult. Just like hands. It's just like my brain goes, no. There's no real logic to how these work, so just do. And I do this for fun, so I don't feel the need to impress hugely with realistic techniques. Although I am also happy to always work on it and learn. But currently that is my skill level. And it doesn't really bother me, honestly. I know I'm going to look back in like half a year and look back on this and go, oh my gosh, what was I thinking when I was shading that? Obviously wasn't. I mean, yes, I can tell you now that I'm not thinking what I'm doing. I'm just looking at the whole thing thinking, oh, where would shades be nice? Shades would be nice there or there. Also, let's get rid of that there. To have a stronger stuff. To have a stronger contrast. You can say stark in English, right? Like it's like a different way of saying strong. Not only just because it's the German word, right? Good to know. It would be good to know that if I've been doing this wrong all the time. Yeah, I'm not going to overcomplicate things. Leave it at that. Trousers next. Let's do. There we go. Also, same motion here. I might make it even bigger because these aren't really going to have a lot of folds. It's more just so that they're not flat colour. But at the same time, I don't want it to look kind of like messy, like airbrush shading. Which is basically what I do, only without an airbrush. It's not hugely realistic, and it's not cell shading, so... Well, who knows what I do? I don't. I certainly don't. Some of these just like folds from bending the leg in a scissor pose. Oh, that is the rubber. That's that. And then we should probably have the shading of where the hand sits. But not too much. Kinda, I guess. I'm gonna make this area a little bit darker, I think. Yeah. And then the Apple Pencil and I should do the eyes as well. I'm just going to do it like this because there's no actual lines separating the eyes. And same with the mouths, but I am going to... Oh, no. Ah, there we go. So we don't have pristine white teeth if there's shadows involved. More in the corners. Just kind of also allude to the fact that the gums are kind of there, even though I don't draw the gums. The teeth are always something that I forget to shade. Right, how's she looking? Apple Pencil. Boink, a boink, a boink, and a boink, because that is the tool that I'm currently using. Also with a little sticker at the end here. because I've got a couple of friends that also have iPads and Apple Pencils, and it got very confusing quite quickly. So I also think it adds a nice little bit of personality, a little bit of blue washi tape at the end. I'm going to do a tiny bit of thing surrounding the nib here, and the same here, just to give it a bit of a border. Right. Also a little bit of more shadow for where the hand is touching it. Yeah. iPad next. And then, oops. That's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, we'll just do the, oh no, stop. Do the entirety of this iPad. Also down here, I think that's it. Gonna be nice and dark down here. Well, nice and dark, pretty dark down here. Like everywhere else. Also kind of where the hand's gripping it. Again, this is gonna be a case of very light shading, because I do plan on doing more highlights, like reflections, on the iPad itself, which is also the tool that I am currently using to draw this, in case anyone was wondering. So I think this half is alright with shading. Let's move on to the next half. And that is in a different thing, and up top. And I'll put you to multiply. Cool, and we shall just reference it all. Now you've got darker skin tone. Is the same multiplier layer gonna work fine? I think so. The multiply colour. The same colour gonna work. I'm just lazy to pick more colours, honestly. Oh, I tell you what I haven't done. And this is something that I did actually do on this. I changed my colouring technique on this one for some reason. Let's just alpha lock it. And I'm gonna do a little bit of discrete shading again with this one. With a little bit of, yeah, we do have blush going on. Very discreet, but it still does make a difference. I saw ABD Illustrates doing this, and I think it's very effective. So I'm kind of taking inspiration from there. He's just also generally an awesome artist, so I just take inspiration from him generally. And I'm trying to improve my colouring style at the moment, or kind of find a way that I really enjoy doing it. Nice little red nose. And we'll make this a bit bigger just to even it out a bit. There we go. Cool. Let's move on to that one. Multiply. Go back to, is that the layer? Is that what I used? Doesn't feel like it. Hold on. Let's see if it's on the same layer. Now this feels a lot darker. I don't like the colour. Hold on. We'll go to a normal, and we shall colour pick. Pixie colour. Yes. Undo that. Right. So that we're shading with the same colour. Multiply, and then we just colour drop. Cool. Wrong brush. So we'll make sure that we have a nice, the fringe actually does shade it kind of. Now the edging is a lot stronger here, but I'm just still going to keep it the way it is. Hello? It's a very big brush at the moment, so let's just turn that down. Cool. Make it a bit bigger so that we've got a very discreet shading down by the nose. It's not being very discreet at all. I often struggle with shading around the nose. Because I want it to look like it's protruding, but not that there's like a mark on the face, which is often what it looks like. Kind of like that. And it often does result in me also shading a couple of dark circles under the eyes. But yeah. Adventure pose. Shade the inside the ears. I haven't decided where the light's coming from. This is just me randomly shading. This is probably like the worst thing that one could possibly do when it comes to shading. I'm sure there's worse things, but one would definitely have an easier time if one decided where the light was coming from and one had some dynamic lighting. But since we're in like the ethereal plane that is the design for the Twitch banner, I imagine it's like in a photo studio where the light is kind of coming from everywhere. It's kind of like a bit of a very natural light, like on a cloudy day. Just kind of show the lips a little bit. Now I don't like how that nose is going there, so I'm just going to do a bit of mixing. Mix that into the rest of the face. And then I'll just move up a little bit here. Because it's a little bit dark, just generally. We should probably compare it to the other one. Yeah. We're still on the right one. Let's just do a bit of a stronger thing at the nose. I should compare the strength of the shading to the other character so it doesn't look completely out of place. Looking alright for now. Honestly, it feels like our sailor here has terrible back posture. She's very leant forward, it feels like. Kind of like... because the chin goes out like that. But the idea was actually to have her leaning out like that. Ah, pose wasn't the best. But yeah. So, what we'll do is we'll do a nice attempt at a cell shade, I guess. Kind of where the neck is definitely in the shadow of the face. Of the head. There we go. And a little bit on the collarbones. I might just mix this into it as well. Again. I want it to be quite discreet. Yeah, good enough. How's it look in comparison to the other one? I feel like we kind of need a bit of a... Honestly, the collarbone is way too low down in hindsight. Anatomy? How does anatomy work? It's like the collarbone is... Okay, this needs to be changed. What was I thinking? We also need to colour out the area. No? Oh, you're... obviously. Alpha locked. No? Hello? Why? Is it because they're still... Uh-huh. Okay. Right. Let's also just quickly blend that in there. Before we decide on a new one. Chalk. Now her shoulders go down a lot, but I still feel like the collarbone should be going like here. Kind of discreet. I think I'm just going to do the V and then shade the... Oh. Let's just down that because I do like the shape of that. Just trace over it. There we go. Okay, and we'll rub it away, rub it out here. There we go. Right, back to where we were. As it has not remembered the colour. Wonderful, wonderful. That one. Multiply, go back down to normal. Colour pick. And undo. Oh, dude. Why has it done that? Oh. It's done nothing. It was just the sketch layer was on for some reason. Okay. Back down to the other one. Cool. So, wait a minute. Why? Why are you not drawing? Oh, you are drawing up here. Okay. I'm just gonna alpha lock again. There we go. Not alpha lock, clipping mask. No, selection area, not even that. Wrong brush. And add some stronger contrast around here. We had actually moved on to this area, so let's continue here. Yeah, it's kind of the same there. Then onto the hands. Let's just do both while we're here. I can't tell you how much I struggled with this hand here, so that I just ended up cutting it off of the picture. I wonder if we could watch the time-lapse replay of it. Just to see. Actually, in hindsight, might have taken pictures of myself to insert like the hands and stuff, so I'm not going to do that. Just in case I do dox myself. Dox myself? No, as in like face reveal accidentally. Not necessarily something I plan on doing in the near future. I do prefer the anonymity. Being anonymous. What is the word? Whatever the word should be. Let's do the same here with the knuckles, where it's kind of like... they're not even part of the knuckles, hold on. Lower finger. We have a much less obvious knick in the fingers here, so let's kind of show it by shading it like this. Maybe not by this last one as strongly. What even is this rubber? I can't deal with this right now. Or deal with it. I can't use this rubber right now. Much prefer the textured one for this kind of work. So we have kind of a little bit of shading from the knuckle. From the first bend, and then a stronger shading from the second. But on most of them you don't see it apart from that finger. Kind of. I don't know what I'm doing. But honestly, maybe I should just write on the stream, like a chat box, disclaimer. I have no idea what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah. It kind of adds to it. And I'm just going to do a little bit of shading on the knuckles here. No, that looks muddy. Very dirty. There's something missing here though. I don't think I referenced this hand. It might just be the hand anatomy that is terrible. I feel like I need to do that. Yeah, maybe. It could just be the hand anatomy because I just did that one ad hoc without any reference. So that might be the problem. Let's just do the trident over here. Boink. Can't wait to get a trident or the pearl SMP. That's going to be so much fun. I'm going to riptide all around the place. Oh, I didn't do the end. Boink. No. No. There we go. No. There we go. Let's just darken that whole bit. And also, like on the sides here, I guess. Make it maybe a bit smaller. I want it to have like more shine than it does shadows. To make it look like a shiny weapon. Maybe in hindsight I should have drawn this, only added this trident when I do actually have a trident on the Pearl SMP. Which probably is going to take a while. Maybe we should grind for it at some point. Find like an area where I could get myself a whole bunch of drowned. I wonder if we have drowned banned on the Pearl SMP. Because we kind of have, drowned farms. Because we kind of have farms, like large farms banned, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we could allow drowned farms. Just kind of like a glass area. With different platforms. And I don't know how a drowned farm works actually efficiently. So let's do the hair next. The shading takes a lot longer than the highlights do. I am not going to section off the areas for the highlights. I'm just going to go in with it. Go in, go hard, or go home. No, no, no. Is that all the hair? Looks like it. Do the same here. Kind of get the big. That's a bit too big there. Big feeling of the larger strands. I feel like my Minecraft character's hair is a lot more logical than mine would be, or than mine is, not would be, actually in effect is. A lot more straight. Just a little bit wavy, but more because of how it falls, how it hits the shoulders and stuff. Definitely a lot of shading, like where it comes towards the head. It's tied, it's pulled back into a bow, so it's kind of out of the way. Sort of like that. Right. And then we'll have dark areas coming from here. I'll go more into detail now. Let's make the brush a little bit smaller. Dark strands. I think shading hairs digitally has always been one of my favourite parts of the process. Like from the very start, when I started with I shouldn't put dark strands there in there. With the digital art, I actually had a lot of fun. I looked up tutorials on how to do it, and it was probably one of the most detailed parts of it in in my early digital art era. I had a lot of fun with it. I used so many different colours. I didn't know what multiply layers were back then. I used Coral Painter, if anyone knows that program. Came with a Wacom tablet. Came free with a Wacom tablet. Like a program that was together with a Wacom tablet. And so I used that for quite a few years actually. I upgraded to a next version. And it wasn't bad. It was quite good. It was quite a good little program, that was. Until my Wacom tablet kind of started giving up the ghost. It was just a tiny little... I still have it somewhere. I'm just looking for it now. Somewhere it is placed or stored. Oh yeah, there it is. Just a little turquoise tablet. Not even the size of an A5. Or at least just about the size of an A5 piece of paper. Maybe. Yeah, it was starting to give up the ghost. It was lagging and a bit slow. That's when I decided to get myself an iPad. It was a Christmas present to me back in 2019. Christmas of 2019. I saved up for it. And the Apple Pencil. Got myself Procreate and I have never looked back. Good program. Good program for a very reasonable price. Although I am wondering if for comic creation whether I think it's Clip Studio Paint would be a better option. You can get that on the iPad as well. But I think you pay like an annual fee for it or a monthly fee. I'll have to look into it. But they've got really good tools for making comics. That Procreate doesn't. Right, let's do a little bit of the parting here. Although I do want to keep like the fringe area quite light with highlights. Don't want to make it too messy up here either. There we go, kind of. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, and I'll just go through, make it a little bit longer, so it will kind of mix into the highlights a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. Is that looking kind of similar to the shading of the other hair? Yeah. That is a lot brighter, a lot lighter brown than it is on the other, on the other character. But I do have very dark brown hair, IRL, and my Minecraft character does not. Ooh, the cat's just jumped from the bed. He might be wanting to get out in just a bit. Let's see what he decides to do. Stretching. Oh, sleepy boy. He's been very quietly snoozing on my bed behind me. Pardon me, I'm going to take a sip to drink. There we go. Feel a lot better. Now, because this bow won't have a lot of folds in it, I'm gonna do a very large brush to shade kind of the inside here, because I don't want it to show that it's kind of got lots of, like, I don't know, strands of, like the strands of hair had a fairly small brush because there were a lot of them. But this is supposed to be just one bit of material kind of easing out. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Make it a bit stronger, the contrast, I'd say. And then, like, in the actual area where it adds. Yeah. I'm gonna feather that out a little bit. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We shall also add highlights to the bow, so it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Right, outfit. Yeah, let's do this first, and then we can more effectively have a go at the top. This is also going to be very simple, like the shirt on the previous character. On the previous me, because they're both me, I guess. Both kind of like avatars. How I draw myself. Depending on what Twitch subject I do, whether it's art. What's it called? Is it subject? Is it theme, what should I call it? Twitch Games, what it's officially called. Category, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, brain. Thank you myself. I'm not happy with how that is doing it, so I'm just going to try and feather that out. Right, let's do a little bit of like very light shading where the kind of like the arm goes above and the hair. Just very, very discreet. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Then onto the top, and I think I'm going to just do it all at once. Oh. So not stripe for stripe, but just all the stripes. There we go. The cat's waiting at the door. Give me 2 seconds. I'll let him out. Kind of had to be encouraged to be let out, bless him. He doesn't know what he's doing. They're both getting old. We do still have music, right? Yeah, we do. Back to stream apps. Right. This is also going to be very like covered with hair. I feel like, no, we're still on that, it's just a very large brush. Oh, my headphones are now slipping from my face. That's not good. I should be able to vibe to the music. If the headphones aren't on. Or, you know, find out if we're suddenly going round into copyright music. Which Spotify has graciously done to me before, thank you very much. Let's just do kind of a bit of foldage, discreet foldage. Same here. Again, I am once again changing my shading style because I don't have a shading style. It just all flows into one. Right, let's make that a little bit smaller and rough out the details. Try and have it kind of fade into the next. There we go. No? There we go. I'm just trying to think what to do on the fold here. I've already got a lot of shading on that part, but I think we're going to definitely need more because obviously, yeah, it's kind of alluded to the fact that it's folding in on itself when she's folding material, putting her arm up. Yeah, why not? Oh, hello. Don't have this area done. Pardon me. I don't know why I'm sneezing all day today. Even before stream, all the sneezes happening. I don't think I have any hay fever, and even if I did, what kind of hay fever would you get this time of year? It's usually in spring, isn't it? Where the pollen and all that comes out. Right. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit more discreet shading here. But just incredibly discreet because I don't want to overwork it. Yeah, there we go. Now this area here has got a lot of details, so I'm wondering if I'll do the belt first. Yeah, I'll just do a detail for detail, honestly. It's not going to be a lot of difficult shading to it. It's just literally just going to go over here like this. Yeah. Yeah. And then this part, where it's mainly just this area, because it overshadows this area, and also the arm in front of this area. Maybe a little bit here as well. And then we'll have this area, where it'll just really be on the inside. Get rid of that. And then we're going to have a highlight there, and kind of like be here. Little telescope, hand telescope. I should not put shadows on the highlight that I specifically drew. Same here. I'm wondering if I should just not shade the compass at all. If it'll stand out, I don't know. But there's a lot of details in the compass, and I think if I shade it more, then it'll just kind of get lost. A lot of those details will get lost. And I had a nice little time doing the compass. Aha. Got to add to that. Also these. Way too big a brush. Just below the shirt there, yeah. I want it to be quite discreet here. Don't want her shorts to kind of merge into the background, but still. Right, what we thinking? We've got it all shaded up and ready to go. Let us then move on to the highlights. I'm going to clipping mask this. Just cause, and then I'm going to clipping mask this. And do add, and that's what I usually do. Do the complementary colour of this one, or almost complementary colour, don't really want green. Make it nice and light. Yeah. Cool. And then we shall just add kind of everywhere. So we'll start with this one. This character. Let me just think. Do I use add or do I use a different overlay? Is that what I use? Depending on the light situation, I use one or t'other. Yeah, let's have some red highlights in that hair. I like that. We'll do overlay. I feel like it's add if it's like a special light situation. We need like shining highlights. But like I say, every experience is different. Every drawing is different. I still haven't gotten into the groove of drawing generally to have a specific way of doing stuff. So yeah, say Minecraft character Katie Rowe has a bit of those red undertones to her hair. Bit of a redhead. Not just a red bow. I like that idea. Hold on. A lot of my characters really kind of that I identify with specifically, or that are like based on me in like D&D or, you know, Minecraft avatars. Obviously I have brown hair because I do have brown hair myself. Maybe I should branch out and make with different colour hair. I could have a blonde character or a redhead. Yeah, have that nice shiny trident. Oh, that's a cool green. I like that green. Kind of put a shine on the hands, I guess. Right, let's do the delicate shining of the face where it doesn't look like she is glowing. That would be not what I want. But still kind of like highlight a couple of specific parts. Also, without giving it too much of a texture, I want it to merge nicely with each other. So I might make it very, very big. Kind of like lighter cheeks, I guess. The chin. The lip. No, I'm not going to do the lip. Or if I was, like a lot lighter. Ah! I did it again. I forgot to shade the lips, the teeth. Ah! Ooh, I've just knocked my iPad down. Like I said, do it especially on the sides to allude to the fact that she has gums that I was too lazy to draw. There we go. Back at it. I won't say no to a little bit of highlight on the cheek here. I'm gonna mix that out a bit, but otherwise I'm quite happy with how that works. Maybe a little bit down here, just tiny, tiny, tiny. And then I shall do the top. It being a yellow highlight kind of makes the top look a bit green, but that's fine. Let's just generally do very, very rough highlights around the top. Just anywhere where I didn't really shade. Same with the trousers, even though there's not much. It's very dark. Oh, I do like it on the yellow. Bit on the skin down there as well, and that's that one done. Highlighting is a lot quicker. I'm gonna just put some highlights in the eyes. Oh no. Actually, I should do a whole layer above the line art. That is up to. Maybe it should be an add layer up here. Hello? Just to add a bit of life to them. Life to the eyes. Bit of a shine. Same here. Although that looks weird without the rest of the highlights, so I'm going to quickly do that first. There we go. Add. And then put it to overlays where we were at, right? The pen. The tablet. Although it doesn't really have much of a highlight currently. I might have to highlight that as well with the add layer up on top of everything. Right, let's do the hair again. Let's start with the hair. And this also gives it a red tint that I do enjoy. Nice red highlights in the sun. I should also make sure that it doesn't look too like messy and muddy. I'm just gonna quickly do yeah, hold on, clipping mask it all. Clipping mask and clip, no, not merge down, goodness no. Clipping mask. There we go. Just to get the general feel for it again before I go in with strands of hair. There we go. All the care is taken in the shading, like where it'll be light and where it'll be dark. because then with the highlights, all you need to just do is highlight there where there isn't no shade. You kind of need to be careful not to overdo it as well. I think I might have overdone it a bit, but honestly, I'm fine with that. Doesn't really bother me too much. I might shade a little bit, mish and mash here a bit. And a little bit here. But otherwise, I'm happy with that. Not as light as the other one, but also quite a couple of highlights. Let's do a little bit of face stuff. Again, don't make the nose look weird. I often do it above the eyebrows as well. I guess maybe I could learn a bit from makeup. Oh, hold on, that looks really bright on the screen, computer screen. I think I could learn a lot from like how makeup artists do, where they place highlights, where that would be like desirable in a face, and then adjust and then kind of draw my characters with those kind of highlights. What I didn't do is I didn't shade here at all, so I might just add that quickly. There we go. Gives it more definition. And then I'll just give her a little bit of highlight around there. Do I do the mouth? I don't know. Why not? I guess. I shall rub it out here. And then again, I'm going to do it very discreetly on this shirt because there's already a lot going on here with the pattern. It looks kind of strange. Let's have a proper go at the hands though. Yeah, go with it with a fairly wide brush. Same with the jeans. It kind of merges with the background of the clouds, I guess. There. Yeah. It looks a lot more yellow. I might just make this white here on the shirt, because purple is the complementary colour of yellow. Makes it a bit more muddy than I want it to be. And I really want it just to be real highlights rather than make the colour muddy. If anything, you should make the colour brighter. Here. There we go. I'll put it back to yellow under the jeans there. Maybe it should have been more like a pinky highlight for this character. Oh, actually, in hindsight, I could just, you know, change the hue. This is more orange. Yeah? Ah, whatever. How's that? And then I shall add the highlights here. No, same brush, I think. That is very yellow on that character. Adds life into it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them white. No, not grey, white. Have that brush and then just do a couple of little like sun dots. Come on, little dot. Little dot. Gives so much life into the eye, just that tiny, tiny effect. There we go. And there we have it. Now, should we... My thought is... What is my thought? I'm just going to readjust myself on my chair. Should we give them like a... surround them in a box? Kind of make them stand forward a little more so they don't mix with the background, or they... I guess they're clear enough. But my thought is... Okay, it'll be more work. But, like, behind them... Kind of... Actually, what I could do is... we're still referencing those. Do this. And make sure that all the, like, interior areas are thinged. Invert. Add, like, white, so that there's white layers at the background. Oh no, this is still referencing. Get rid of these. No. Cool. So basically, that if we get rid of these two, we have these. And then to make them, give them a highlight. I bet there's an easier way to do this. There is on other programs, but not to my knowledge on Procreate. So just to give them a little bit of a kind of a holy shine around them. But the more we do it, the more kind of no, not combine down. Ah! I'm doing it wrong. Merge down, merge down. The more it kind of feels permanent. Ish. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I did too much of a Gaussian blur. Let's do tiny bit. 1.4. Why not? I will duplicate. And we can fiddle around with this until we kind of have like a flat colour surrounding them. That is too small, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to use the thing again. Just a little bit until you can see it, I guess. Yeah, you can see it. But I do want it to be larger than that. Kind of like that size, I guess, yeah, sure. Duplicate. Merge down. So we're going to do this a bunch of times. Just to give it like a little bit of an outline. What do we think of that? Maybe a tiny bit more. I don't want to overdo it. But a little bit. Tiny more. Because when we duplicate it and merge it down, it's obviously going to be, yeah, a lot more prominent. Oh no! I duplicated the entire group. Merge down. Merge down. Duplicate. Merge down. So that's my thought. That we just do a bit of that. And then the question is, duplicate. We do the same again, not gradient map. Only we do like a red for this one. Oh. Hello? Huh. I didn't know. And we do a little purple. So hold on, what red is that? Why is that weird? But I'll take it. I think it's because I touched the gradient map maybe. And then like a lilac. There. So it's the two of them. Same kind of colours as the sketches. And then duplicate. No, I actually don't need to duplicate. Merge down. Do a little bit more Gaussian blur. Gosh, I can't read. So we can kind of see it come out. And then do the same again so that it becomes more prominent. So they've kind of got a bit of a highlight around them. Like that. Yeah? I think we're going to do that. I think we should do that. Is that getting too much? If I duplicate this again. I think I like the way it is like that. And then what we should do is do a bit of lettering. So let's add a text layer. See if we have any kind of font that we like. Miss KT Row. Row. Make that nicely centered between the two. Select it all. I'm going to make it white. And I'm also going to make it like that. But I first need to find a font that I like. What are we thinking? No, it needs to be nice, readable, but also kind of pretty. Nope. Let's see what we have. Do we have MV Bold here? Jack Armstrong. I don't like it when it's all... I use this for thumbnails of animatics all the time, but it might be a bit... Yeah. Bradley hand. And then like that. Or is that too much? There's not... What I usually often use is MV Bowley. Noteworthy. What if we put it further apart? That's still quite difficult to read. Oh no, bold is nice. Bold is nice. And then I'll fill it out with, like, I don't know, a dark blue. So if we do that as a reference. And underneath it, do like a dark blue. So, oh, hold on, if we use that as a reference. Going from there. Oh, of course. Of course you have a thing. An opening. That's too dark. We can't tell that it's blue. Can't tell at all. A little lighter. Also nice and saturated. Nope, nope. There we go. Just sneezing again. Aye. Oh, I just bit my tongue doing that. Not a good thing to do. I don't recommend. How about that? Yeah. There we go. So, MISSKATYROW. Miss Katie Row. And what do we do with the background? We just rub out the clouds with this brush, I say, just so it's nice and clear. So there's no clouds where the text is. Maybe. I feel like it needs a frame. So what if we were to do a little bit of this action? So hold on, if we were to do that. No, it needs to be bigger. Hold on. I'm figuring stuff out. Give me a sec. Bear with me. And then if we want to remove, kind of make it the same size all the way around. I will remove this stuff as well. Oh, it makes it pixel precise. I don't feel like that's pixel precise. Ah, kind of. There we go. And we did what, a blue border? Or a white border? What do we think of a white border? It's very rigid, so bear with me. I will change it. What if we did a white and a blue border? Oh, hold on. Did we like the white border or the blue border? I prefer the white border. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this and just kind of like smudge it so it's a bit of a cloud. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no plan gone into this. I'm just kind of fiddling. Yeah, yeah, kinda. I need to make sure not to overdo it, but still so that it's not visible. I don't know. What if I use the cloud brush to mix it? That'll just get rid of it. Okay. If I made it smaller. Kind of like surrounding it clouds. Or just simple. What's bothering me is these sharp edges, so simple fix to that is get rid of the sharp edges. What if we just, you know, yeah, kind of like that, or almost, not really. And the plan also, ooh, there goes my iPad. Kind of to give it an uneven area there. Yeah. Only a lot. There we go, like that. Sort of. Edit shape. I feel like it is a line, but for some reason it feels very curvy, this line. Actually, if I just pull this along, then it'll become straighter. There we go. Yeah, and then final one here. There we go. And I'm going to make this a lot smaller for the interior lines, because they can be slightly more detailed, or slightly less texty, you could say. Let's edit that shape. No, I want to edit shape. No, I wanted to edit the shape. You monsters didn't allow me to. Sorry if I'm not right up. Sorry if you can't hear me as well. I'm not right up next to my microphone. I'm putting my head down, trying to figure this line out. There we go, ish. Right, and then oh no, not the actual thing, not the paintbrush. There we go. And there we go. You know what would have been so much easier is just creating this box with this brush, which is probably what I'm going to quickly do with this one. Pardon my sniffles. Make it as big as I can. No. How's that? Maybe a little bit smaller. I just want to see it kind of like in the background a bit. Might have to make Miss Katie real big, or maybe the box is bigger. Edit shape. Yeah. A lot is going to be possible with the edit shape function. And it will also go behind this fist of the Minecraft characters. There we go. Let's merge these down. Move it to the lowest part of the low. Let's maybe move both down there. There we go. And I'll move it over a bit. Just so, oh gosh. We are missing, there we go, that one. That layer. Move that down. Let's grab them all. Move it. Maybe I should grab, no, it's fine. It's fine. And then maybe I should do a little twitch.tv/, you know, just to have the link in there, why not? Add text. we'll have the small one, twitch.tv/, where's the /? There it is. MISSKT row. Or maybe I should just write art and Minecraft. Or art and gaming. Art and gaming, then we'll have information about what happens here. Art, because you know the Twitch URL. If you found your way here, kind of thing. Art and gaming. I'll put it maybe down. I don't know. This trident is really getting in my way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand this and grab you, and grab you. And no, we need to do the same with the line art layer. No. Why so hard? We good? No. Aye. Also grab the highlight layer. Yes. Move you out a little bit more. So we don't have to deal. I do want the telescope, yeah, the hand telescope to be on there as much as possible. And I want the trident to be recognizable. Cool. I'm happy with that. Is that centered? I don't know if what is centered. Let me just canvas drawing guide, edit the drawing guide, and we'll do symmetry so we know where the middle is. Art and gaming. Oh gosh, gone out. Oh, what's happened now? Why did you do that? That's not fair. There we go. Art and gaming is also kind of moved up a little bit. That's just, Miss Katie Rowe, there's the art and gaming. So if that's the centre, E. We're going to have it over a little bit. That's fine. No one's going to notice. Make it a bit smaller. Yeah. I think people will notice. I don't care though. It's not centered to this though, which annoys me. I could make it a bit higher actually, up there. And do the same with the art and gaming. There we go, now it's centered. Wonderful. I'll put it a little bit higher up. Wonderful. And there we have our Twitch banner. One thing left to do. Although I doubt... Oh no. Gosh, why? Why does this exist? Yeah, that's reloaded, thank goodness. Collect all the things again and move it down just a slight tad. There we go. So we don't have that annoying pixel line. Yeah, one thing left to do is sign. I shall sign with this pen. And I shall sign along the trident. There we go. Make it a little bit smaller. Because who needs a signature app up in the way? I'm wondering if there's a... Nah, I'll just put it there. Why not? There we go. There we go. That is our Twitch banner. We are finished. We are done. We have made it. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. I shall, after stream, immediately put it up to the Twitch. So that'd be awesome. Look forward to seeing that. I might put it as my YouTube banner as well. Cool. Yeah. I look forward to adding stuff to this as lore, I guess, or stories on this Twitch account continues. But thank you for joining me in this lovely stream. Very kind of you. Thank you for vibing with us. While I just bumbled my way through art. And, yeah. probably next stream that I'm going to do is going to do gaming again. I'm going to do as much streaming as I can next week, because the following weeks I am off to visit some family. I'm going to go visit the UK. So I won't be at home with my computer, won't be able to stream. So means I will try and get as many streams in. Pearl SMP, SevTech. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do, what we get doing. But thanks for stopping by, and I wish you a lovely evening. Goodbye.